The man punched in the head by Mike Tyson hires lawyers for injuries. And here's the thing, he probably could make a good amount of money from this. And I'm going to show you like a couple like snippets of this. So you have this guy who got punched by Mike Tyson after Mike Tyson basically, took a selfie with this drunk guy, this drunk fan. Now here's the thing, right? This person is a big Mike Tyson fan, right? But what's interesting, right, is right here. Tyson's reps previously claimed Townsend 3 threw a water bottle at the former heavyweight champion to provoke him on the plane. And here's the thing, right? From all the videos of Mike Tyson now, he is a very, very calm individual, right? He's a very respectful individual now, right? So you would have to cause something to get him to retaliate, right? There's literally a video of a guy who pulled a gun out and ended up basically getting a hug from Mike Tyson, right? Meaning that this individual more than likely actually did toss a water bottle at Mike Tyson, causing Mike Tyson to end up punching him, right? And if that is truly the case, Mike Tyson was technically defending himself because he was attacked by, in quotes, a weapon, which is just a water bottle, but technically you have the right to defend yourself. No matter who you are, no matter where you are, you have the right to defend yourself. The only problem is that Mike Tyson is a celebrity. Mike Tyson is a former pro boxer. Technically speaking, he's still a pro boxer because he still makes money sometimes from fighting. So that's gonna like be viewed pretty bad for him in terms of like a court case kind of thing. But let's just quickly show this, right?
You trying to talk to him. Tyson's rep.
Like, and he just like starts like wailing on him, right? But I think the funny, like this, okay, it's not really funny, but kind of funny is like, let's see, where is it? No, no. It might be a little bit later. Right here. Right here. This face, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of funny. Like this guy looks like so disappointed. Now it's not funny that someone got like beat up, right? But if you're an extremely drunk individual and you end up basically potentially assaulting someone, regardless of who they are, is kind of not really a good thing, right? It's kind of like what's that Reddit subsection called, like, immediate karma or something. Now, what I also wanted to show, right, is that Mike Tyson financially is doing very well nowadays, right? He's making actually a really good amount of money nowadays with his hot boxing podcast, his cannabis business, his pro fights. Now, like he's making millions and millions of dollars nowadays, right? So I just wanted to kind of like show you kind of like one of the potential assets that he has, right? So apparently he bought this back in like 2015 for $2.5 million. This Las Vegas mansion. Let's see. This is a pretty nice one. Foyer features marble flooring and a spiral staircase. The family room boasts a wet bar. Let's see. That's a nice backyard. That's a really nice backyard. Uh, see, okay. And here's another thing too, right? For the whole fighting situation, officers arrived and detained two subjects that were believed to be involved in the incident. One subject was treated at the scene for non-life-threatening injuries, and that subject provided minimal details of the incident and refused to cooperate further with the police investigation. Blah 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 blah. And here's the thing, right? It's like the guy and Mike Tyson both interacted with cops. The guy did not end up basically immediately pressing charges against Mike Tyson. The guy was intoxicated. He more than likely ended up doing something to piss Mike Tyson off or whatever to cause this, right? You can't like instigate someone to fight you and have no consequences. So even if he might potentially win something in like maybe like a civil situation, he probably won't necessarily win something in like a criminal situation. Just because I mean it just probably won't really ever go down that route. He probably would just prefer to get money, right? And also, the rap sheet for the guys, doing like potential fraud and all that kind of stuff is not necessarily good either for him. But Mike Tyson is making a good amount of money now, and so if anything, he's probably just going to settle and end up paying this guy like maybe a few hundred grand, maybe 50 grand or something like that, right? Just to like be done with it and not really have to deal with it, right? But you never know, right? Mike Tyson might end up fighting the guy in court just to be like, hey, like, I'm so done with this. But let's check out some of these comments. If he tries to take this trial to grab some cash, the Iron Mike fans on the jury will make sure he never sees a dime. This is potentially possible, but you never know because this was, I think, conducted in California. Hockey is the only place where you are penalized for instigating. I would like some laws regarding instigators, please. Videos are all over social media. I doubt this fool will win given his actions. Mike should countersue. This fool instigated it. Someone got in this loser's ear and whispered the magic words, free money, just do a quick settlement cause it costs a lot to defend. I think this drunk should have been taken off the plane mostly because he was drunk and abusive. And here's the thing, right? I feel like if you end up getting onto a plane, right? I feel like the stewardess, however you pronounce that word, right? The flight attendants, right? Should have like a responsibility to maybe inform airport security, like, hey, we have an extremely drunk individual who is annoying other passengers, right? And you could completely avoid a situation like this, right? Like you never want someone who's extremely drunk in like an enclosed space. Big surprise. Put me on the jury. I hate drunks. This schmuck's face doesn't even look like it was punched, especially punched by Tyson. You shouldn't poke the bear. Anyone who didn't see a lawsuit coming has been asleep for the past half century. Celebrity with anger issues cha-ching is how it tries to go down. Iron Mike has always had issues. My guess he settles out of court for money. He should go to jail because his hands fist considered to be a dangerous weapon, just like any other fighter who assaults someone. Mike is a criminal. I would have to disagree with this comment just because, like, overall, over the years, Mike Tyson has changed dramatically as a person, right? And one, he does have a lot of money now. He's making a lot more money now, right? He should not go to jail for this situation, especially if it is determined to be true that this drunk individual did instigate this situation. Because if he did actually throw that water bottle at Mike Tyson, if you just remove the Mike Tyson aspect, if someone assaults you with anything, you have the right to defend yourself, right? If someone toss something at you in a threatening manner, you have the right to defend yourself, right? Like you don't know what that person's intentions actually are. Whether they're drunk or not, right? So, like I said, I think Mike Tyson is not going to probably face anything criminal, but he probably will end up getting sued and potentially have to pay some sort of fine or something, right? Because they probably will be able to convince people that he shouldn't have done that, he shouldn't have reacted like that, and he'll probably end up paying it out or just doing like a little settlement just because it'd probably be cheaper for him to just pay, 10 grand, 50 grand, 100 grand just to be done with this guy completely. Feel free to give your thoughts about this. If you want to learn how to get out of debt and master your money, go to 40inbox.com. If this guy ends up getting a settlement, he needs to manage his money correctly because he's probably not really that great at making wise decisions if he's drunk on an airplane. And Mike Tyson, what he probably should do, like if they're able to prove that this guy tossed a water bottle, if I was Mike Tyson, I'd probably fight the civil case or whatever. But if they are not really able to prove anything, then it probably would be easier on Mike Tyson to just pay a settlement, to be frank. Feel free to give your thoughts.